God.
To believe in the tzaddik.
It's not enough. You have to believe in the tzaddikim. You have to believe in the tzaddikim. And if that irks you, if that bothers you, I'm here to tell you that's a you problem. And it's okay. Because Bnei Yisrael Har Sinai had the same problem. Because Hashem had to put the man on top of us. So we didn't accept the rabbis until Purim. That's why when Mashiach comes, everything's going to be abolished. We're not going to need any mitzvot except Purim. Purim is staying. After Mashiach comes. Yes, fact.
All the
mitzvot. There's no need. The mitzvot are a conduit to get closer to God.
And the Korban Todah.
So once one is done, sure, it's written down. A few places, sure.
Yeah, it's brought down.
Yeah, no problem. I should Google it. It's there, no, 100%, no, you The only thing that's going to be left is Purim because we established that. That's ours.
Hanukkah?
Oh, good point, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Came later. Came later, I don't know. It's a good one. That's a touche item. That's a good one. I don't know the answer.
It's not as big as miracle because it's it's the only Yom Tov that's in Tanakh.
No, you know why Purim?
It's the last Yom Tov in Tanakh.
No, I'm sorry.
So it's all the Doros.
Let me talk. I'm sorry. I'll tell you why. Purim is because we specifically accepted upon ourselves.
Kimu v'kiblu.
Right, kimu v'kiblu.
Right.
Took we accepted upon ourselves Torah shebe'al peh.
Right.
That's why. Because we accepted Torah shebe'al peh. You're really Googling it, aren't you?
Hanukkah, we didn't get it. We already had it already. Hanukkah was later.
But it's not even because it's later. It's because we accepted the other half.
Yeah.
Willingly, so that's why it's going to stay.
Right, Megillah says that. Kafu ha'kegigit and kimu kiblu.
Kimu v'kibu, that's the famous thing.
The kavah.
Yeah,
So now, when is the
What's the last thing in Aleinu Shabbat? What's the last word in Aleinu Shabbat?
Echad.
Echad.
ביום ההוא יהיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד.
No.
That's what we're waiting for. This Jewish is on that. Hashem Alach. When Hashem is going to be in the whole land, the king,
it's Hashem.
then everything will.
But it doesn't say Hashem Malach Ushmor Had.
It's the same idea, though. The Jewish is the same idea.
So we're giving you Hidush. That's what's called a Hidush. Hidush is something new and innovative. And it's good. And I'm telling you, you should grab onto it. Why? Because I started to say that it's not enough just to believe in Hashem. Hashem wants you to believe in the Tzaddikim also. And if you hold on to what the Tzaddikim say, then I'm going to be a B'dach Hadashah every time I say it. I tell
That's
them
also a big thing in Purim. Purim is a Munah Tzaddikim. Purim has a Munah Tzaddikim. Chashmonayim is not so simple. Whereas Mordechai and Esther is a Munah Tzaddikim.
So by the way, you should know. I have a question. Hello. When you go to a store and they have a sale, are you going to ask them why you're making a sale? You shouldn't make a sale? No.
No, I'm going to say, what's the con here? How you conning me?
You take.
I'm going to say, 50% off, huh?
You sound like me. Okay.
It's not 50. It's the second item, 50.
Right. Let's focus. So now, look what it says. Right? Sevilla, right? The desire of the Sadiq will be known. Right?
What does it mean, Svila Tzaddik?
It's a desire of the Sadiq.
Ratzon.
Ratzon of the Sadiq. Yeah. What does that mean? When they're in the world, there's a Sadiq that from Shamayim does what he says. Okay, which we have, by the way, this week's your site.
Yitzchak
Hatzera. You should have came.
Did you give away alak?
36 bottles.
We're here?
We gave out 36 bottles.
Can we get the latecomers?
I have no love. All I have is like this much left. I have one bottle over
Alright,
there.
we'll make a l'chaim what's left. L'chaim.
Chaim, bracha. Chaim, bracha.
Well, I wrote down.
So that's for after. That's for later. So we gave out 36 bottles. But what he said happened.
He was into Arak.
Whatever the Baba Sali said happened. Whatever the Beats Hakabah Haseda said happened. He was Kodesh Kodashim. Okay, the miracle worker, everything that you know. Right. So when he said, when you have a Sadiq like that in the world, so that means that the Shamayim does some nes for him, that Shamayim does a nes for him, right? And the whole Aretz, Yechola Lomar Shira, now you're giving the opportunity to sing a song, because something happened. Ve'az Zemirot Shamanu. What is the Zemirot Shamanu? If you're smart, what do you know what that means? That the Midat, what happens, when something happens in the world, what does it mean? Gezerah. Hashem demanded something to happen because you got to deal with it. We're good?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. We'll hope for the best. What does that mean? It means that when you have something good, when you're doing something good, I'm sorry, let me start over. When there's a gezerah in the world that something bad has to happen, it's because it has to happen. Which means that there's a certain strength level that this gezerah has. It's got some weight, right? Let's say the weight is here. Okay, now you have a tzaddik whose zechuyot trump the gezerah, and it's over here. So he's able to squash the midat hadin.
Wow.
So what are you singing? What are you praising? You're praising that the midah of Hesed is goveret, is able to overcome the midat hadin, and that's revealed in the world, the radiance of Olam Haba. Because in Olam Haba there's nothing; it's all good. It's all good. There's nothing bad. Olam Haba is all good. Therefore, Shemayim gets to sing all day. We get nothing. We have to fight for it. When there's a tzaddik who's worthy of Shemayim, who's having the party, is going to do whatever this guy says because of his midot and his zechuyot, then when that does happen, by the way, that's how the Baba Sali died. That's how the Baba Sali died. He came into the Beit Midrash one day, 94 years old, I think, or 93, I think 94, and he was sad. Baba Sali was never sad. His shamosh asked him, "What's the matter?" He tells him, "There's a gezerah in Shamayim that thousands of people have to die, and I can't be mebatelet."
Wow.
80s, 83, 1983. And he says, "All right, well, what do you gotta do? Because we have to keep fasting and keep praying."
What is this thing with these gzerot that everybody has to get killed? What's happening?
If you look at the Gemara, Rabbi Ishmael HaKohen, or Rabbi Yeshua HaKohen, was taking a tour of Shamayim and looks through all, the Malach is giving him a tour, and he goes through all, he sees this room has all the gezerot of Bnei Yisrael for this year.
Some of the averot that we do?
Yeah, what are you crazy? Yeah, man, it's not easy. What are you talking about? So now Rabbi Yeshua starts crying. We're dead. What do you mean? This is gonna happen now? We can't handle this. So the Malach says, don't worry about it. Every time he hears the people saying, Amen Yeh Shemer Abba Mevarach,
Whoa.
right? That the name of God should be raised forever and ever. Yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh. God goes to the room. I can't do this to my kids. Rips everything up, throws it out. You have no idea what's going on in Shemayim. There's a constant based on us.
It's like a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. Look, don't look at it like a cave. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Because there's a lot of love there. But when you're in the middle of a game, you don't say, okay, great, I did a good job, let me sit down. No, you're in the middle, you gotta move. You don't stop when you're in business and say, okay, I did a good thing. Whenever you do that, things go bad. Right or wrong? Every time I say. By the way,
You just move forward.
you just keep going. That's your job, just keep going. Don't worry, don't try to figure out the score. Try to be as genuine as possible. And that's probably the best advice I can ever give you. To try to be as genuine as possible. Legit.
Emet.
Yeah,
Genuine means amiti.
yeah. That's the best thing you can do. Genuine. Okay. Now, when the Sadiq is... Oh, so now what happened? Hold on. What happened? So now what happened to Baba Sali? Baba Sali comes in, it was a Tuesday. He comes in and he's happy. He's happy. So he tells the Shamo says, so he tells Shamo to make Seudah Hoda'ah. So he goes, beauty, what are we eating? What's going on? He goes, I nullified the Gezer on Shemayim. So they made a party. They had a Seudah. That Shabbat, Baba Sali died. He traded his life
For thousands.
thousands of Jews. You don't know what goes on in Shemayim. Look, every day we're waking
He
up.
probably made that deal.
Obviously. Yes, he made that deal.
Yeah.
He made that deal. We know it's not a joke what's happening, okay? In Gaza now, all this great. But we don't have no idea how much worse it could be. You know, I thought the amount of people that were murdered on that day, October 7th, okay? Understand what Simchat Torah represents. Simchat Torah represents the day that we get to be with God alone. After all the Selichot, after Rosh Hashanah, after Yom Kippur, after Sukkot, one extra day, just me and you. Let all the people leave. I remember one time we had one of these like Thursday night lights by the house. Everybody left. It was just me and Sausage just lying down on the couch, like just like we're chilling. You know, we're just like we're dead. You know, and God took it. He took it. He took it. He took it away. There was no Simchat Torah. There was Simchat Torah for you. Even me, that I was in America. I was in America for Sukkot. There was no Simchat Torah for me. Because what did I do? It was not Simchat Torah for them because they have 2 days. I had 1 day. But what did I do? During the Kiryat Torah, I got up at every Aliyah and I went around the Teva once and I sat back down and I said the Hakafa in the back.
Why?
And
You knew what happened already?
I didn't know, no.
So why didn't you have Simchat Torah if you didn't know?
Because Simchat Torah for them is tomorrow, the following day. For me, I'm only keeping 1 day.
They had Shmini Atzeret and then
It was
Shmini
Shmini
Atzeret in
Atzeret.
America is 2 days. Simchat Torah is the second day. It's Galuyot, Chutz La'aretz.
So on Shabbat Mela you missed it because you don't
So
have
I missed
there.
it. I missed it. But every time I went around the Torah, I would touch the limonim. I would like that. I lift it up. Like I do something. I walked around. My uncle was on the other side of the room, figured it out after like the 5th one. He goes, I'm thinking, what is he doing? What does he keep getting out? Then he sees that I'm like I'm reading something in the back of the book. So then he, let me see what's in the back. He realized the hakafot. So he goes, that's what he's doing. He realized.
And the second day on Shmini Atzeret, you guys already knew there what happened?
I knew when I got home. But yeah. So anyway, I thought about Hashem took the amount of people that were murdered was the exact amount of people, not one less, needed to happen in order to get the result that we're getting now. The achdut that we're having is not normal. The achdut that we're having now is not normal, and it's the way it should be. But God knows how many people He took. He's not taking one extra child for no reason. You understand? Everything that He did, very calculated. He didn't pad it.
Sorry. So, 1
He didn't pad it. He took what He needed to take in order for us to wake up. And now that out there, we have to deal with our repercussions. Yeah. You know how many minyanim were mevatel on Yom Kippur in Tel Aviv that day?
Yeah.
18. Hi. 18 shuls were mevatel that day. Neila. Okay? We gotta look. You love your kids, but you gotta discipline your kids, and you gotta raise your kids. Like we learned earlier in Kiddushin, you gotta teach them how to swim. All right, so I'll do that the first one. You gotta teach them Torah. You gotta teach them a skill. It's not easy to teach a kid a skill. It's not easy to teach a kid Torah. You gotta get them married. You gotta do this. It's work. What do you want? It's work. You have kids. My mother told me when I first got married. Oh, not when I first got, like later on. She goes, "Don't do the crime if you can't do the time." I had like 4 kids. I tell my mother, she's killing me rolling my mother's house for Shabbat. And my wife's like, let's go to the park. I never went to the park one time in my life. I had my whole life as a kid. I never went to the park. Now we have kids all of a sudden. Every Sunday, every Shabbat, they want to go to the park. I don't want to go to the park. We have to go. What do they mean I have to? Like, I didn't understand the concept of having to do something. I didn't understand what that meant. But anyway, we got to just deal with what we got to do.
Married.
What? Because I weren't married. Very good. All right, let's continue. I want to wrap up. So look what it says. So again, now when the Sadiq comes and able to do and is able to be mitgaber on top of the Midat Adin, it's revealed in the world who the Sadiq is, and the world is able. And now, by the way, what is it? It's an Et Ratzon. It's an Et Ratzon. Why is it an Et Ratzon? Because the Sadiq was able to push off all the Mekatregim, all the prosecutors within that hour, within that time. Why? Because all the Midat Adin comes not because of what happens. Look, you have prosecutors and you have defendants. You have your averot and you have your mitzvot. Your averot you have to deal with, and your mitzvot are there to defend you. The more mitzvot you have, the better it is. But when the Mekatregim are coming, you're going to have to fight. When the Sadiq comes, who's over here, is able to squash all the Mekatregim, all the averot, the generation, because Shemaim just does what he says, then you got to deal with it, then no problem. That's Et Ratzon. Now's the time to pray. And that's the perush of the word, Mi imalel givrot Hashem. How mighty are the acts of, who could sing the mighty acts of God that makes all the praises to be listened to? When a nes comes, before this, there's sakana. Before a miracle, what's the definition of a miracle? We said this earlier in the class. Why is the Yam Suf so amazing? Because it happened when I needed it. Not because it happened stam on a Tuesday. It happened when I needed it. I think it was on a Tuesday. Right? Was it on Tuesday? I think Yam Suf was on a Tuesday.
It was a week later from Seder night. Seder night was Thursday.
We got out. Okay, look, we got out on a Thursday. Thursday or Tuesday? One of the two.
I think you said last time Thursday night. I remember you
It's
said.
Thursday, not night. We got on Thursday.
Right.
Well, we got on Thursday. It's the time. It's Thursday. You like to know that, no? It's nice to know. It's the Thursday. And what? It just is. It's the Torah. We got the Torah on Shabbat. By the way, you can tell your friends to come in. It's cool. It's fine.
Free food.
Free food. They're not your friends? By the way, we learn here till 3 in the morning. We have the second shift coming in at 11:30, 12. You get these teenage kids that come in like ready because I know them. Max Cohn and like all these guys. They come at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, hey, what's the matter with you? Go home. What's up? So we learn for 20 minutes. They're like hang out with us. It's cool. It's nice. It's good. Let them come here. It's good. Better. On the streets, we're losers. What do we do on the streets? Okay.
Eat food and drink, I don't know.
Eat food and drink. All right. So now, before this, we know there's a sakana. Which when there's a sakana, we know there's midat adin. And the midat hesed comes over when a miracle is done, and that's the giburot of Hashem. The giburot of Hashem is showing that when you do mitzvot, good things happen. When you do mitzvot, you're able to overcome bad things, and that is kiddush Hashem. It's known in the world that you're able to overpower something that's greater than you. You're the underdog, and yet at the same time, because of the mitzvot that you did, are able to overcome. Right? The ilu hayat tov zeh shemidat hesed levad. If you just had hesed in the, there'd be no danger. If there was no deen and only hesed, there'd be no danger. And if there's no danger, then there's no need for a tzaddik zechuyot. The purpose of God making the world is to be called by His names. Elahum v'hanun. You need it. But what's hard to understand is HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows the future, right? And if He knows that at the end of the day He's going to end up making a miracle anyway, why don't you just start with that next time? You know what I say? Like, why don't you next time start with that? Right? Lama Hikdim said, why did you bother with the danger?
Because you can't see the
And just start the head. Like God sees it.
Yeah, but
not to say God.
No, but the person. But in order for us to really believe, appreciate the miracles that we have and we experience, we need to have that the deen sometimes. In order for us to appreciate the chesed, we have to sometimes see the deen.
But wouldn't you be happier not to have to appreciate the chesed and just...
Right.
But
Just
we don't live
give me the money, don't let me earn it.
Yeah, but
right.
don't live. We don't live in a world. That's not the kind of world we live in.
That you said something before about learning.
No, we don't. Our goal is.
We don't learn that way.
Right, we don't learn that way.
So look what Zera Shimshon says.
We have to work. We have to earn our stripes.
He says, "Sarich lomar, mishum sheken derech ha'av leyaser et beno." The way of a father is to leyaser et beno. Why do you give me an English word?
Punish.
Not punish.
Torment.
I like that word. To torment the kid. In order kedeh lehaziko b'derech tova. In order to get him on the right path.
It's a flick.
What?
Yes,
What do you mean?
No, a flick.
A flip? No, not a flip. Relax. So not really. So a flick, but it's not meant to be to afflict your son. Look, I remember. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, my phone. You remember when the small pens were an item? The small fat pens. Remember? Like back in the day, 20 years ago, that was like an item. So one day I come home and I see my father writing with this small fat pen, like this, wood. Silver on this side and silver on this. This was wood. Very similar to this, but fat and like half the size. Okay, pen.
So not similar at all. It's not similar at all. It's fat.
It's also
Sorry. So, and I tell my father, I go, wow, it's such a cool pen. Where'd you get it from? He goes, oh, you like it? He goes, son, literally, I'm telling you verbatim. Oh, you like it? You like and then someone goes, I'll sell it to you, he tells me. I go, yeah?
That's nice.
He goes, oh, Chaz, yeah, I go, how much? He goes, I bought it for 40, I'll sell it to you for 20. So I go, for sure, okay, yeah, for sure. So he sits back and he starts laughing at me. I go, what? He started looking at my mother, he's living, Arabic means you idiot. I bought it for $3.99 at CVS. I said CVS before. He bought it for $3.99, he goes, nothing. Which what? Because it's the way of the father to challenge the kid to teach him the right way.
Yeah, you
You
don't have to
gotta
do it that
learn.
way.
Huh?
You don't have to do it that way.
There's many ways. It all depends on the situation.